So we are still in Superhero Month. So, seeing as how I have already done 4 weeks worth of superhero videos, which is about how many I would be making if it was a normal month, I figured that sort of gives me the excuse to not do necessarily a superhero video, because, as I mentioned in my last video, I've been to MCM Comic Con in London this weekend, and I wanted to talk about that. But if, to link it to superheroes, I mean, I did buy these little guys at the convention. Aren't they cute? It was a deal for 2 of them, so I had to buy 2 of them. Plus, I didn't know, I'd never seen a little Hawkeye before, so that was cool. And, you know, here's a picture of Cable. So there you go, superheroes. So, talking about MCM Expo, it's a convention that I've been going to for nearly 10 years. In fact, as of October this year, it will have been 10 years. However, Expo over the years has started to get a bit expensive. The actual convention itself, the price keeps going up. And that's fine to a degree, but I thought this year I wanted to try and save some money on it. So I decided that I would only go for a day, because I thought the convention's cool, but 3 days I can get a little bit bored walking around the convention for 3 days. So I thought I'll try just going for a day, see what that's like. So me and my boyfriend went down on the Friday. Got there a lot later than intended, and met up with some friends. We went back to their place, except by the time we got to their place, because of a little bit of a problem with the trains, we ended up getting there quite a lot later than intended, so we actually turned around and went right back. But Saturday itself was good. So Saturday was very much to look around everything we could. Queuing thankfully didn't take too long. We got there straight away. It was running from 9 till 7, so there was definitely plenty of time to have a look as much as we can. If anybody knows the Excel Centre in London, it is huge. It's got 2 giant halls. It never used to. It used to be just one side, but now they've really taken over both sides to the point where there's just about as much stuff on one side as there is another one. And they have panels as well. They have whole sections put aside for panels. They have autographs as well. My boyfriend met Anthony Daniels, who C3PO, who he's been looking forward to meeting for a long time. So there was that. And they've always got like little interaction stuff as well, little things to actually do, some fun stuff to have photos taken of, and that kind of thing, including a Jurassic Park VR thing where you could actually watch this VR video of you alongside Blue. Blue's just sort of wakes up, walks around the jungle, has a bit of a fight with a Triceratops, and then a volcano explodes. And that was all really cool. So it's kind of things like that. There was also a Jurassic World, you could have your photo taken in that sort of ball thing. Here's a picture. Not the most flattering picture, sadly. They also had a banana stand from Arrested Development. Which I found kind of cool. They were supposed to have an Arrested Development panel there. Unfortunately, it was cancelled at the last minute, which was really disappointing because I like Arrested Development. It's a really good show, and I was looking forward to seeing some of the actors and actresses from the show talking about the new series that's coming out this year. But sadly, that didn't happen. However, panel-wise, there was an Orange is the New Black panel that had 2 actresses from the show. I can't remember their real names, but it's Doggett, the one who started out as a crazy religious woman, and I actually don't know her character's name. She's the sort of Latino who's always into fashion, and there's 2 of them, and she's the sort of taller of the 2, and they were talking about the show, what else they do, that kind of thing. That was actually really cool to see that. I got a video, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, I think love can really sort of tame the wildness of horses, but I think that she's just sort of, I've never known if she's just really stupid and ignorant or if she's really smart. So I like straddling the line of that, you know, seeing if it's, if she's like in on her own kind of behavior, or if she's, you know, is she really that sweet? I think that's sort of up in the air.
And we also went to a panel for Rosario Dawson, who most people, I don't know, people will either know her for like Daredevil and Luke Cage and Defenders and all of that she's in. She plays Claire, the nurse. Or they'll know her for some of her movie roles like Clerks 2 and Sin City. I knew her mostly for Sin City. And she was really fun. You know, she was really energetic, very talkative, really nice. She seemed really relaxed, talkative. She was really cool. Of course, because of that, they didn't have a lot of time for questions at the end of it. But that was actually that was a good panel. And I also took some videos while I was just walking around the convention as well. So I'm going to put them in a little bit of a montage right now. As far as what else there was at the convention that we did, I bought myself these little guys. I didn't really spend a lot of money. I went looking for a game called Spyfall, which I was hoping to play with people at work, and I could not find it anywhere. It really annoyed me. I was also hoping to get some Game of Thrones stuff, but because I was only there for a day, I didn't really have a proper look at a lot of the stalls, so I sadly didn't find anything I wanted. However, I did find some artwork that I kind of didn't expect, because I'm a big fan of Hamilton, and there was this person who did these beautiful drawings of characters from all over the place, including Hamilton, and look at that, Jefferson, such a brilliant likeness. That's absolutely amazing. I do love Jefferson. He's just so charismatic and fun. Even if he is a bit of an asshole, he's not the main bad guy. He's just one of the sort of antagonists that sort of get in the way of Hamilton doing what he wants to do, sort of thing. So, but he's just the guy who plays him is amazing. He's really good in the first act as Lafayette as well. But anyway, so I bought that and the little itty bitty people. And that's all I bought, apart from a lot of water because it was quite hot. But yeah, me and my boyfriend basically just spent our time in the panels, wandering around, looking at some of the steampunk stuff. I love the steampunk stuff, and stuff like that. And then at the end of it, we went back to we actually did get back to my friend's place, and we had a barbecue there. They had a little balcony, which actually had a barbecue, but they had a disposable barbecue. And we had a little barbecue on the balcony. We had a couple of games of Spyfall, the game I tried to find, and just kind of hung out and chatted, and it was actually really good. And it actually made me realise why going to Expo is not a good idea for just the day. because normally I would go from Thursday to Friday, and I realised that yes, I can get a little bit bored at the convention itself, because wandering around I do get a little bit bored at times, but with all the panels, and if I cosplay as well and all of that together, still it makes the con a lot more worth it. But also that it's the social aspect. There are people that I don't actually see very often, and I only really ever see at conventions. I don't see them otherwise because they live elsewhere in the country. And it's a really good opportunity to hang out with them, to speak to them. And of course, my friends, most of my friends don't live just down the road. They live a little bit further away, to the point that I don't get to see them so often. So just all of us getting together to hang out. And that's kind of what we do more at Expo. Once the Expo convention's finished, we go to a pub, or we go back to the place, the Airbnb or whatever, to just hang out, play games, talk, watch stuff. And it's that kind of stuff that I missed out on so much this year, and I really regret it. Like I said, I still had a good time, but I did regret not being there the whole time and being able to enjoy the social aspect of it so much. That's not to say I didn't get some of it on Saturday night. Like I said, it was really cool chatting with people and hanging out then, but I also really would have liked to have been there on the other nights as well, to hang out and do more and see, That's what I regret, which thankfully in October I will not. I'm going to be there for the entire thing, Thursday to Monday. Of course, because it is our 10 years of being at Expo, I've got a few ideas of what would be really fun to do. But I've got to wait till October now. That's really annoying. But I am really looking forward to that. And I will actually end this video because I've actually forgotten to mention, driving home was definitely an experience because I wanted to stay there as late as I could. So I ended up leaving my friend's place at about 20 to midnight, something like that. Not midnight, 11 o'clock. And it started to lightning. There was lightning in the distance, flashes of it everywhere, and no rain, but just lightning. No thunder even, just lightning. And I don't like thunder and lightning. I got very nervous walking home. I'm kind of glad that I had a bit of a group with us, because that kind of made me a bit more calm about the thunder and the lightning. By the time we got back to the car and we started driving home, it really started to come down. Like, it was chucking it down. I could not see a bloody thing out the window, and there was lightning all around. It was actually quite cool. Like I said, I'm actually all right in a car when there's lightning. I'm actually not so bad when when I'm in a car and there's a thunderstorm. But like I said, this was just lightning everywhere. And my boyfriend took a video whilst we were in the car. Wait for the lightning. Yeah.
Whoa! Got a nice one there.
But yeah, it was just nuts. And while I would have missed, if I'd stayed the night, I would have missed out on driving home in that. I don't think I would have been that disappointed, because I didn't get home till like 2 a.m, was knackered, and like I said, that rain was quite scary to drive in. But, I made it home. That's the main thing. So yeah, that's the end of Superhero Month, talking about a convention, but next month I actually haven't got an idea of what I'm going to do yet, or should I say I've got a few ideas, I just haven't decided what's more appropriate for June. So yes, it will be a surprise for all of us. I'll see you in June.